Okay, so picture this, Antigua Guatemala. It's a city that looks like it's straight out of a fairy tale, with these incredible cobblestone streets and colorful colonial buildings. But then you look up and you realize the story here has a much darker, much more powerful side. Because this city lives, quite literally, under the watch of three colossal and very active volcanic giants.
For the people living in Antigua, this isn't just some poetic saying. It's their reality, every single day. Danger isn't some far-off idea. It's a physical presence. For centuries, life here has been all about this profound and often pretty scary relationship with the forces of nature that just tower over the city.
And that's really the heart of Antigua's whole deal, right? On one hand, you've got this stunning, perfectly preserved city, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, with all its beautiful Baroque architecture. And on the other hand, you've got this incredibly dramatic, almost threatening backdrop of three massive volcanoes. It's this wild mix of human creativity and just raw, untamable power.
So to really get what makes Antigua tick, you gotta dive into its past. And its story is all about one thing, an almost unbelievable resilience. This is a city that has been knocked down hard, time and time again. But it just refuses to stay down.
I mean, for more than 2 centuries, this wasn't just a town. It was the center of Spanish power in all of Central America. We're talking politics, religion, culture, the whole shebang. Knowing just how important this place was makes its near total destruction and its incredible comeback all the more remarkable.
And man, its history is just one disaster after another. First, in 1541, a volcanic mud flow just erases the first capital. Gone. Then, fast forward a couple centuries to 1773, and huge earthquakes turn the city into a pile of rocks. The Spanish crown basically says, all right, we're done, moves the capital, and tells everyone to leave. For almost 100 years, it was basically a ghost town, but then it started to come back.
So to understand how a city can keep coming back like that, you have to understand the giants watching over it. Let's start with the first one, Volcán de Agua, the dormant volcano, with a really tragic and defining story.
The names alone tell you everything you need to know. The Spanish called it the volcano of water, for a pretty grim reason. But its original indigenous name, Hunapu, actually means place of flowers. So which one is it? A place of beauty or a place of destruction?
Yeah, so this is where it gets its Spanish name. Back in 1541, the lake and its crater just completely collapsed. It unleashed this insane mud flow, what geologists call a lahar, that completely buried the original capital, Ciudad Vieja. Just like that, the place of flowers became known for something way, way scarier. Okay, so from the volcano of water, we turn to its fiery twin, the super volatile, always-on Volcán de Fuego. And this one, it's not sleeping. Not at all.
I mean, come on. Volcán de Fuego, volcano of fire. You don't get much clearer than that. And the original Coctiquel name? Chicac. It literally means where the fire is. Perfect name for a living, breathing mountain of fire.
And it's not just a name. This thing is constantly active. We're talking a little explosion of gas and ash every 15 to 20 minutes. It's like this constant low grumble, a persistent reminder of the immense power just simmering right below the surface.
But here's a really cool part. Fuego has a partner. It's geologically linked to its bigger dormant twin, Acatenango. So what do people do? They hike up the quiet one, Acatenango, to get this incredible front row seat, like a natural watchtower, to see Fuego put on its fireworks show right next door.
But make no mistake, Fuego's power isn't just a tourist attraction. Its history is written in destruction. We're talking eruptions that helped cause devastating earthquakes back in 1717, a huge one in 1974 that wrecked local farms, and then the absolutely tragic eruption in 2018 that buried entire villages and killed hundreds of people. The risk is very, very real.
So all of this, the beauty, the history, the constant danger, it brings us to the biggest question of all. What is it actually like to live here? What's the relationship between the people and these mountains?
I mean, it's the first thing you think of, right? With a history of being wiped out and a volcano that's literally always erupting, why would anyone choose to stay? Why build your life, your home, your community, right in the line of fire?
Well, the answer is kind of a paradox. The very same forces that can destroy everything, they're also the source of life here. The volcanoes give back. They create this incredibly rich soil, a landscape that tourists flock to. And they've even shaped these amazing cultural traditions, all about cleansing and starting over.
Let's talk coffee. You'd think having volcanic ash rain down all the time would be a huge pain, and it can be, but that same ash is like a constant fertilizer for the soil. It's what makes it so mineral-rich and perfect for growing some of the best coffee in the entire world, right on these high-altitude slopes.
And this idea of resilience, it's not just a feeling, it's baked right into the culture. Every single year, they have this festival called Quema del Diablo, the burning of the devil. They build this giant devil figure, and everyone brings their junk, their trash, and they burn it all. It's this amazing symbolic act of cleaning house, getting rid of all the bad stuff from the past year to make way for the new. If any city understands that, it's Antigua.
And that really sums it all up, right? This isn't just about surviving. It's not about ignoring the risk. It's more like a deal they've made with the mountains. It's a dance between being in awe of their power and knowing at any moment that power could be unleashed.
Which leaves us with this final thought. Are these volcanoes forces of creation or forces of destruction? And I think if you ask anyone in Antigua, they'll tell you the answer is yes. They are profoundly and completely both. And that duality is what defines life in the shadow of these incredible giants.